Hello everybody, welcome back. This is chapter 6 and we're going to cover the control flow in MDX, and the agenda for this session, again this is session 6 out of 10 session. This is session 6. The agenda for this session is we're going to go through some of the control flow, and number one is inline if, is empty, case statement. We're going to go through some of the values also, which is not really control flow but some miscellaneous functions, values, value and valid measure, and some other control flow like is generation, is leaf, is ancestor, is sibling, etc. I know this part, some of this we already covered, but we're going to revise again and makes a like control flow more detail. This chapter is very short chapter. This is chapter I was talking about as short. So let's start with the query. Our first query, okay. Our first query, find sales amount for 4 products and for 2008. These 4 products, October 2008. Okay, so okay, I'm just trying to understand, are those the two same? Okay, this is 300, this is 310. So I'll not, okay, let me copy the query, open our SQL Server Management Studio, connect to analysis services, and open new query. Okay, so this is the one. Also let us make the skeleton MDX on columns, seconds it on rows. Okay, from operation. Okay, sales amount, that's our here sales amount, and then we want to rows those 4 product, we'll select those, and for October 2008, so date, calendar, month. Okay, I'll do the other one. So the other one is, this one is readable. See the difference? I can see and read. That's the reason I use this hierarchy more. October 2008, that's my October 2008. Okay, okay, so that's the one. Okay, now we're going to So Conteso projector 108p. Okay, so we're going to find the product name, the Conteso projector. Who this doesn't have. Okay, Conteso projector, this is the one, 108p X980 silver, X980 silver, and 981. So these two. Okay, so this is the one. I want to show the key, so most probably how I did that here is a product. Okay, okay. I'm going to type it. Okay, I want to show the key, so Conteso projector 1080p X980 silver. Okay, comma, okay, so Control V, 980 silver, 981 silver, I believe, and see if it's showing the correctly or not. Okay, this is showing correctly. Okay, so next one, what product is our next one? SVX16X video black. SV. Okay, I'm going to just type it. SV, what is that? 16X DVD, 16X DVD, M300, I believe, M300 black, and there is M310 black. And let me copy it, paste it. Okay, 310 black, right? Is that right? Okay, 310 black. F5. Okay, so that's the values giving, and that's what I believe our practice MDX. That's our intention, is to show some of the null values. Okay, so that's right. So everything is good. Next query, slide number 5. Modify last query to show 0. So 0 if measure or sales amount is empty. Okay, so what are you going to do? we can do very simple. If, okay, so if first condition is empty, sales amount, so okay, if is in some sales amount, then 0, else we're going to show sales amount, right? 5. So that looks good, but it is not good. Okay, because the sales amount is depends on these values. We are defining a constant value. Okay, so there is, for every category, this value should be depending on these values, these product types, but instead of that we are doing in a constant. So when you define in a columns, and if it is like you're replacing a sales amount with the constant 0, that will give an error. So let's see what is the error. F5 is very, very important. Okay, see, the function expects a tuple set expression for argument 1. Okay, so, and a string or numeric, so this is a string or numeric assetized, but your logic seems to be good, that okay, if this sales amount is empty 0, you can do exactly same thing, but not as a like tuple, but we can do as a numeric expression. What are you going to do? X, we're going to create a with member, calculator member. So I saved the with member, measures, and say sales amount. Okay, sales amount as, okay, so now now it is good, because this is an expression, right? So we can display sales amount here. Okay, good. F5, now it is going to show the 0. So you cannot do directly functions here, but let's say what you can do. Okay, good point. What you can do, say you want to have, if it is a 0, then you want to have another tuple expression, right? So which is sales quantity, say. So instead of sales measure, you want to show sales quantity. That is perfectly alright. Okay, quantity. This will not give any problem. There'll be no issue. F5, so it's giving you sales quantity. So instead of sales, but this should be a it cannot be a constant. Okay, so next query. Okay, I was showing, let me show you here. So we did this, and we saw the error. Then I tried to give this, okay, this the, yes, I did here also, I did sales quantity, but if the sales quantity is not null, we could see the not null values. So not sales quantity, and that is totally perfectly fine. So I says now we have value for all corresponding member of the product dimension. Okay, so that's our 0. Next is our case. Next query is case. So our next query is a case statement. So our query is, let me copy the query. Okay, we didn't save our skeleton MDX. So anyway, we'll save our skeleton MDX. Select in columns, on rows, from operation, copy, and we're going to do notepad. Okay, so that's, we saved our skeleton MDX. Now okay, what is our query? Find sales amount and return amount, or sales return amount actually. Okay, if return is less than 1%, display category as low. If between 1 to 1.25%, okay, so actually it display the category as, okay, sales, display sales for all product category actually, for all, I missed that, for all product categories. Okay, so actually we want to show the sales amount and then the product categories. Okay, so we have a sales amount and we want to display the product categories. Okay, 5. So sales amount, I don't want to show the unknown member, so let's remove the unknown member. 5. Okay, now we want to show the return amount, sales return amount. Definitely that's a sales return amount, and that's F5. Okay, so we have these two. Okay, so next thing we want to show percentage of return. So we have a member with member percentage of return. Okay, as we're going to do measure sales return amount divided by return sales amount. Okay, that's our percentage of return. Okay, and we want to format string as percentage. Okay, and display this value. Okay, F5. What's that? Percentage of return. Okay, I know what it is. I believe it's not a percentage, it's a percent. 5. Okay, now it's good. So we had a percent of return. This is a return amount 151 million, and this is 1%. So our next is to display a category saying that if if return is less than 1%, this is return is less than 1%, display category as a low. If between 1 to 1.25, this one, etc., these are medium, display medium, else high. So we're going to create another member and another member measures, and we'll say return category. Okay, return category as, now we want to we want to do case. Okay, so case have a end, so let's type the end also. So case start and end. So when percentage of return when percentage of return less than 1%, what is a 1%? 0.01. okay, 0.01. okay, so when percentage of return is less than 0.01, that is less than a percent, then return is low. Okay, good. Then return is low. Now I'm just going to copy the same thing. When percentage of return is greater than, what is it, greater than 1%, greater than or equal to 1%, right? Say, and so we're going to say if it is less than 1.25, so 125, okay, then it's a medium. Okay, and let's make it like less than 1%, 1 to 1 up to 1.25, so equal to, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to greater than equal to 1%, less than equal to 1%, then medium. And let's copy another one. If it is greater than 1.25%, then it is high. Now we're going to say else. Else, if it is doesn't fit any of this, then we're going to show it none. Okay. Okay. So none, and display the return category. Paste it here. Now we should see return category F5. Okay, so this is less than 1% low, between 1% and 1.25%, that's right, and this is more than 1.25%, that's a high. Good. So what's our next query? Next query, we're going to talk about the member value, member key, member value, and member name. And this is just a spec the query, and I'll just copy the skeleton MDX, open a new query. Okay, I'm going to use, I believe, okay, I'm going to use this product. So our goal is, okay, so our goal is to display member. So this is one of the member. So this is, we want to display the member key, member value, and member name. Okay, and so we don't need a rows here because we already have the, okay, so create a calculate member with member measures and dot the member key as, so we're going to do this one. So this is a product name, so product name. Okay, that's good. Dot member key. Okay, same way we're going to define member name and member value. Simple. So we have member here, we want to call it member name, and this should be displaying the member name. Okay, and member value. Very simple, right? Okay, member value, and we're going to display all of those. Member key, member name, comma, member value. Okay, F5. So This is the member key, definitely. Member name, this is the name of the member, and value we can select any of this, but right now it is member name. Okay, we can define member key, etc. So our next query is name and value. Okay, find name and value for September 22, 2008. Okay, so let's grab our skeleton MDX, and that's, we don't need the rows, so we're going to delete the rows. Okay, same thing like last one. We need to grab this member. What is this member? Okay, so date September 22, 2000, September 22, 2008. So this one, okay, this looks good. 2008. Okay, cannot do that, so let's do this one here, and we're going to 2007. We want to have 2008, definitely 9/22, right? So that's the date. So now we want to have a name and the value. Okay, so let's create a calculate member, measures dot the name as, this is the product, this is the member, so member name. Okay, and we are going to copy the same and do the value. Okay, so value, okay, I want to tell you one things, guys, that okay, let me complete this, then I'll talk about that. So member name and value, I should be good, everything should be good. Okay, name and value. So why it is showing null? Because this value is a, it should show me as default sales quantity. I mean default measure, which is sales quantity. Now it is not showing me because I created the value as a measure. Okay, and this doesn't have any measures here, right? So, and I should create this one as a this hierarchy, the value as this hierarchy, as well as the name. Okay, okay, let me do this. You see this okay, let me complete this. Okay, name and value, F5, so they should give us a value. So that's give us a look, the name and value is part of this hierarchy, not as a measure. We can define anything in the measures, but the reason is it is we can do, for example, this is showing a sales amount, right? We can define we can select another measures, like for example sales quantity. Okay, measures dot sales quantity F5. So that will show us the sales quantity. So the names and values are not not a measure, but it's a part of the hierarchy. Okay, so that's our next query. Our next query is okay. Change the ignore unrelated dimension for sales for sales measure group and inspect the below query. Okay, so let's copy this query. Let me explain this query. Okay, query. Okay, we're going to show you what it is, but ignore unrelated dimension to false. What is this? Ignore unrelated dimensions. Let me close this. Okay, let me open SQL Business Applications Development Studio. Open Analysis Service Databases and open the context of DW. Open the cube operation, sales measure group. Go to this one and you see there's a ignore unrelated dimension. That's equal to true. Okay, so let's make it false. Okay, that's what it says. I'm going to explain what is this flag is if you don't know. But so ignore unrelated dimension, false. Okay, and save it. Okay, so saved it. Now we have ignore unrelated dimension equal to false. So first thing is that we're going to display our skeleton query, definitely, and we have something here, and we want to there's outage hierarchy and hierarchy type, which is not dependent on sales amount. Sales amount is not dependent on this, right? How I know? Okay, so F5, I will show you. So F5 show you all null. Okay, let's go back to Development Studio. Open the Analysis Service Database, connect. Okay, up in the queue, sales, we did ignore unrelated dimension equal to false, make it true. Okay, save it. Ignore unrelated dimension means if it is true means if it is not related, show all numbers. Okay, now this will show us all numbers. Okay, so F5, see, it is showing us complete number. Same for all. Okay, it is not related. So that means what are trying to say is this: say we have a unrelated dimensions. Okay, so total sales amount is this much. How much is that? 12.12, what is that, billion? I believe it's like a 12 billion, right? Okay, so whatever number is, that's a total sales amount, and sales amount doesn't depends on the outage type hierarchy, so it shows all of the values. Okay, so you got this difference between, right? For example, a sales agent, there's a two type of sales: retail sale and internet sales. Okay, so salesperson helps to sell the retail sale. Okay, so he have a retail sale amounts for yearly, monthly, and everything, and it depends on as a sales amount. Retail sales amount is depends on the salesperson agent. Okay, internet sales is not depends on the sales agent. So if we say what is my say I have this I'm sales agent, and say okay, I have a retail sales amount and everything is fine, but if I say what is my internet sales amount, it will show all of the internet sales amount because I'm not related to this. So there is two behavior: either show none or I show everything. So this behavior is not expected. The last one, what we changed back, so this is the this is a true one. Yeah, this is a true one. So you can go back. So ignore unrelated dimension is right now false or true. Sorry, it's true. So it is showing us the all values. Okay, so if we do false, this is the right character or right behavior, I believe. So save. It depends on the situation, what is right and what is wrong. So F5, so this shows all the null value because this is not related. Okay, now let's talk about our function. The valid measure returns the value of the measure in a cube by forcing inapplicable dimensions to their all level. Okay, so valid measure for this sales amount. Okay, so this is good, F5. So this is good. So valid measure does it force that one to all level if it is not related. if member measures. Okay. Sales amount using valid measure. Okay. As so we're going to use valid measure, and there's a sales amount. Okay, and see the copy and paste here. F5. So this will force you to the okay. What is missing? Force you to the all level. So here we do format string currency. F5. So that's a all level. Okay. Yes, I was trying to. This is which is 11th slides. I was telling here this is inline if. We have a if which is in calculate members in the scope statement. So we're going to talk about in 10th chapter in the if statement, and this is an inline if. Okay. So our next okay, is generation. I believe we talked about is generation. We're going to revise a little bit quickly again, and so our query is this: find sales amount for all ancestors of product name. This is the product name, and also show which level it is. So that should be simple. We copy our skeleton MDX, and what you do, this is a good point actually. What is that? If I cannot do ascendant of this, right? Can I do ascendant of this? Because this is not the, this is the product name is the not user defined hierarchy. This is a inbuilt hierarchy. So what do you need to do first? Link member, right? Link member from this to the hierarchy product. Good. So hierarchy product, so first we link this to the product hierarchy. Okay, next we're going to do ascendants. Okay, we do the ascendants, and we're going to do sales amount. Where did the sales amount? Okay, F5. That shows you all the sales amount for ascendants of products. So now we're going to create say which levels in generation 1. So we're going to create a member with member, say measures, check generation, Okay, as is generation, and we are going to do the product. So is generation of which for what, like this hierarchy, the current member of the hierarchy. We are going to find the current member of hierarchy because this is the current member of the hierarchy product. So we convert from product name to product hierarchy, and then find this is a subgroup, and this is the subcategory, category, and then all. So these are all all members of product hierarchy, right? So this is current member. Okay, and then say we're going to do, this is a variable, we're checking for 1, so this will going to display if the generation 1. Okay, let's start with 0 actually, not 1. So 0 is, so let's do our product hierarchy. All members, all. So computers. Okay, computer accessories, that's a computer accessory. So we are here actually, one of the member here. So 0 means they should be all 0, right? Let's see. So this is the only leaf. So one of the definition of is generation is a function returns. Is generation, I already discussed this one earlier, but just to give you recap, function returns the specified member and generation member. So leaf members are generation index 0. Now non-leaf members determined with the first getting the highest generation of the index from the union of child members of the specified member. What does that mean? This means 0 is fine, right? So if we say 1, we'll have this 2 is showing as 1, subcategory and category. So that means this is our subcategory and this is our category, right? So sum of this, for example, this netbooks is 0, netbooks have a 1. So what I mean by that is, let's see here, getting the highest generation from the all child members. So this doesn't have any more child, so generation is 0, then this is 1. Like it's not really 0 because it's not a leaf, but this one becomes 1. Okay, and then for this one of this value, this becomes, this computers will become 2, right? So these have a 2 generation, right? So if you say generation 1, we know this was generation 1 because this is the 0 and 1, and also this to this. So one of the, I told most probably, okay, highest generation index and union adding 1 to that index. Okay, so same thing if we do as a 2. So if we do as a 2 here, so computers is 2 and all is 2. So again, computers have this one, this 0, 1 and 2 definitely. For this 0, 1 and 2. Now one thing is, I just want to say netbooks are 0, but this is not a leaf, this is a non-leaf. Okay, so that's the reason it is not showing up as a 0. Okay, so it's a non-leaf, and so as a generation 2, for generation 2 the all is actually, let's think a little bit different way. This doesn't have a 0, but computers have a 1 because it have both 2 level and 1 level. Okay, instead of saying that this is a having a 0 generation index, because if this have a 0 generation index, if I put it 0, it should show up. Netbook should be books computers is not 0. Computer accessories are okay. Give me 1 second. So let's do a little bit different way. Okay, what I'm going to do is just copy this part, whole thing, and I believe it is 0, but I'm not sure. Before I say anything, I need to verify that I'm telling you correct. So let's find it out. Okay, so what I'm trying to find it out is I believe it is 0. What I'm trying to find it out is these netbooks. What is the generation for these netbooks? Okay, so I'm expecting it should be 0 generation, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's verify this. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. I need to show the generation. Check generation here. The column. Okay. And in the rows, on rows. So I'm trying to find what is the generation, if generation is 0 for, okay, 5. Okay, is generation, okay, let's see if it is 1, so that's false. So netbooks is generation 0. So just to verify I'm telling you correctly. So now it's very clear that all this generation 0 generation 0. So this is generation 0. 1 is computers accessories. This is 1 because it have products, and computers 1 because it have netbooks, which is doesn't have any, but this is not okay, so what I'm trying to say, okay, number 1. Number 2, generation 2 is all and computers, right? So I believe it's clear. Next query. So find all leaves from the city of Plano and all ancestors. Okay. So basically go here, find all leaves from set of, means what I mean to say is find if from set of all these things. Display status for is leaf or not. Okay, kind of thing. Okay, so all ancestors of city of Plano, so it should be good. We have a script on MDX and Control V. Okay, and okay, so city of Plano, we're going to find city of Plano. Okay, city name, and I just grab one, Sydney, but this is a Plano. Okay, ancestors, not ancestor, right? Ascendants, Plano, and that should be enough. 5. Okay, and we want to say if this is leaf or not. So with member measures dot is leaf check leaf, not say exactly same thing, check leaf as CHECK, check leaf. Okay, as the current member of geography, we want to say is leaf or not, right? Okay, so we are going to use is leaf and display the check leaf. Okay, good. F5 should be good. So Plano is leaf, everything else is not. Okay, next. Oh no, sorry. Find list of all continents and display if Plano belongs to. Find where city of Plano belongs. So what do you want? List all continents. So first is list all continents. How you do? You need to, whenever you see the complex query, need to divide the smaller parts and then think about. Okay, so first is we want to find out all list of continents. That's simple. Okay, F5, that's list of the continents, right? Next is we want to find if Plano is belongs to that continent. That means if we say if this continent is ancestor of Plano, if this continent is ancestor of Plano, so with member that measures, okay, we say is ancestor of Plano. Okay, is ancestor of plano. Okay, as very simple is ancestor. Good. And then ancestor. Okay, is ancestor. Finally got the spelling correct. Okay, what is the currently ancestor? So this is we are talking about. This is the current member. Current member is this member is ancestor of plano, right? That's a query. So plano, city of plano. I just grabbed from last query we did, and here that's it, and copy and paste here. Good. F5. So it doesn't belongs to Asia, doesn't belongs to Europe, it belongs to North America. Okay, next. So next one is find all cities of the state where city of plano belongs. Okay, find all cities of the state where city of plano belongs. So what are you going to do? What are you going to use? We're going to use sibling function. So that's very simple. So we're going to copy the from here city of plano. Okay, city of plano 5, that should give us a city of plano, but we're going to use siblings. That should give us all siblings of city of plano, or we can do other way, parent and then children, right? That should also give us all siblings of city of plano. Next query. Okay, from the 3 cities find which cities are the same state as of city of plano. Okay, okay, so here's a query from 3 cities. So first of all we're going to display 3 cities. Okay, so let's copy the skeleton MDX. Sorry. Okay, that's my skeleton MDX. Okay, so we want to display all cities. So city would be geography. So let me grab it, and we want to say so basically okay, Dallas. Okay, Beijing, and Miami. Okay, so let's see if first of all our spelling is correct or everything. F5 should display all the cities. Okay, that's good. Now we want to find out basically, so from these three cities, find cities are the same state as of planet. Means what? Means we are trying to find a sibling, if any of the cities sibling. So what cities siblings we want to check? We want to check the current member from this, right? Current member, we want to find out if it is sibling with is sibling okay of city of Plano, right? So where is my city of Plano? Okay, city of Plano. So that's his sibling function, but we have to define a calculated member. So measures check if sibling, else, that's else, and display this measure. Okay, F5. So Dallas is only, because I know Dallas and Plano are same in the same state. So that's end of the session 6. As I said, this is a little bit shorter. I believe this is the shortest session, but not sure. 1 hour 15 minutes around, and I believe this is very short, important in the sense that some of the functions we used. Okay, let's see what things. Okay, if, as I said earlier, this is inline if. We have another if coming on the chapter's 10th. So this is one. Is empty, you guys know, but we want to do a more explicitly. Case, this is a new one, and we use some member functions, the keys, value, names. We had a value and valid measures. I give example what it is. I give a say ignore unrelated dimensions. We go through some of these things earlier also, and try to explain a little bit more detail of the generation functions. Leaf is leaf. We try to recap some of the ancestors as is siblings and siblings. So that's end of the session 6. I believe you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next session. Thank you very much.